Hello, everybody. This is me, Martell. Just got back from after work and all that. Just got off. I want to make a powerful video about career slash brand risk and so forth, which is ironically making this video. I forgot to post the video, but I'll post it. About brand risk and career risk. You know what I'm saying? About being me. I noticed this too for most of my entire life as a risk, you know what I'm saying? Especially not putting myself down, not putting anybody down, especially being a triple minority, being black, disabled, and a man, and all that. That's the risk of itself. And born with chronic health conditions and mental health conditions. Well, the mental health conditions was like 10 years ago. Please respect my condition, please. Not here to make a statement about my health conditions, but want to be truthful though. Yeah, everything's a risk, literally a risk. Especially put your face online, on video. That's forever. You know what I'm saying? And that follows you no matter where you go, kind of like a record. You know what I'm saying? Good or bad. On my main account, I was starting to slow down with a lot of rant videos as I used to because it affects most of my business page on both accounts. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird that the things that you can say, what you can't say, have an impact on people, And I was checking my analytics, and so I was throwing some information to ChatGPT and Google AI and all that to help me understand these numbers and all that. And crazy amount of numbers from ages 13, 17, like around, I would say under 15%. 25 to 34, it's like around 37%. And about 45 and up and all, that's like around 15%. And I want to say thank you. That's on my business account. I got actually some numbers on my main account as well. But anyway, enough about that. Let's get straight into the meat and potatoes, shall we? And that is career risk, brand risk, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of being a risk, my life is a risk, you know what I'm saying? I deal with, let's see what kind of risks I deal with. I deal with racism. I deal with prejudice. I deal with ableism, Oh my God, I deal with them. But I'm not trying to say I'm potentially negative. Forgive me. To my audience saying, why don't you just try to be positive? Why don't you try to be positive, Martell? There's something I always look for. I don't like lying to the audience. Despite the negativity aside, yeah, it's a risk. Everything I do is a risk. Health risks. I got chronic health conditions, mental health conditions. I ain't gonna discuss that publicly. If you no disrespect to the audience, please respect that. This is my privacy, Sorry, though, but yeah, on the contrary, though, it's like, management was asking me about my glasses, and so people was like my Ray-Ban glasses, which I definitely need to see. You know what I'm saying? A little stop. Yeah, on the contrary, though, my life is full of risk. Let's see. Got into, well, technically not my fault though, but got into legal issues when I was a kid and all that, teenager and all that. Oh, look how crisp the sky looks. That's wonderful, And speaking on brand risk, especially I'm dealing with sponsors and all that, working on my first affiliate project. I had actually to buy the products and such to review it. So everything's work in progress, and I gotta try to figure out how to revamp my own website to be more serious with ADC programs, sponsors, and all that. And that's another reason to talk about brand risk. Especially, to be honest with y'all, I'm not really much of a mainstream kind of person, despite it is a mainstream platform now with social media blowing up and all that. going viral, which is ironically on the TikTok page on my business account. I went viral a couple of times without realizing it, and it went to levels I never figured that happened and all that. So that's my business account. It's Mr. Martell Sincere. My main account is Martell the Cool, with all the wild, radical, crazy stuff. I'm very thankful. I wish I had never lost my original Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Reddit, you know what I'm saying? But I live and I learn, you know. Live and learn. And that is speaking on brand risk, you know what I'm saying? Especially, I'm surprised I even get sponsors, you know. I'm very thankful for every sponsor I talk to. Some are very questionable, some are very awesome and all that. I just want something that I want to be transparent, which I always do. Yeah, sorry, with so much noise. I apologize for that. Yeah, so yeah, I was surprised to get sponsors and all that. So I'm trying to save up money to get some suits. After what happened last year with the housing crisis, with infestation at my old apartment and all that, I was forced to throw away a lot of my clothes. So I literally had to get new suits again. I want to get some tailor-made suits, which is not cheap either. I'm not a cheap person. You know what I'm saying? I have to invest in quality, especially quality health, quality life, and just quality everything. And I'm also trying to build my gaming. I'm trying to bring gaming up as well, live streaming and all that, but I ran into multiple issues, and that is internet options. It's not good where I'm at. Where I used to live at, on my original apartment and all that, have AT&T, but unfortunately it's not available in my area, so that's a crisis right there, because with local internet options, garbage. That's all about brand risk. Interesting, actually, with two gentlemen. One was in the music business. We talked about this a couple of days ago about, you know, like, is it okay to show really your real true self and risk everything, you know? You know, that's a hard question, because it goes back to what I was saying about this fake friend of mine call me average, saying I don't take risks, knowing what I've been through and all that. I share everything, you know what I'm saying? I always try to be transparent with my audience, you know. I am not average, you know. And no, I'm not conceited or a douchebag about it, and I'm just being honest. I work hard for everything I get, you know. I work hard for every penny I get. Every dollar counts, you know. Especially, I'm also upgrading my phones, and so I'm getting ready to upgrade in a couple of months. After I take care of my debts, instead of taking care of my debts. Yeah, on the contrary, though, brand risk, that's dangerous, you know. But what can you say and do? You know, it ain't worth being a liar, you know. Sometimes I even nervous myself. I said, myself, or so it's like, sometimes I get nervous with myself at times. It's like, when I tell my story, you can already tell people it's either, no disrespect to you guys, awesome, but in real life, they seem like they're not even interested, or they're trying to gaslight me, downplay and all that. You ain't really disabled. You ain't really autistic. No disrespect to my hobbies and disabilities. I'm not an ableist, but that's what they sound to me, ableist. You know. And I do mention about, you know, dealing with career risks. Especially, I'm an alternative, independent, underground recording artist, you know what I'm saying? But I was aware that everything you do on social media, especially with young people coming up, please be careful and be mindful of how you come up in this day and age, because everything you say and do is recorded forever, you know what I'm saying? This is forever online. You know, and that's something my ego and stuff. I had to learn that too, on both accounts, you know. I feel pretty good. I haven't done a long video like this in ages, you know. Anyways, y'all take it easy.